Looking at gold on the weekly time frame here, um, just on the basic technical analysis, starting the trend line from the breakout back in August 2023, from the first sort of higher highs and then the higher lows. So that's where it potentially could come down to if it's reverting to mean and staying within that channel, or if we are going higher again. We're above this higher line. I'm taking this from the open and close rather than the wicks. I think there's a case to be made for just ignoring the wicks, to be honest, but we see we break above it here and we come back and we're retesting it here. So it's looking bullish from that, just purely from a technical perspective. So this is on the weekly, although this is early in the week, so this could go up and come back down again. And we'll take a look at the daily. But yeah, so from that trend line analysis, it looks bullish. The Fibonacci here, again, from that, starting from the low to the high, I mean, you normally see at least from a parabolic move like this, at least gets down to the first fib level there at 0.236%, 6%, 37.50 roughly. So again, the only thing really going against gold at the moment is this reversion to mean principle. So again, being driven by central banks, maybe hedge funds, other institutional buys, some retail as well. So what do they know that we don't? Any views on that? Be interesting to hear in the comments. I think it's a combination of things: a vote of no confidence in government spending, potential recessions, all sorts, currency debasement. So at the moment, the narratives, every analyst I listen to just saying this is going to go higher. Central banks are buying. It's going to 4,500, 5,000. It's almost like self-fulfilling prophecy, really. So, yeah, interested to know what you guys think as well. So yeah, that's. I mean, usually I show the momentum indicators here and other sort of price averages and the Ichimoku, but it's not worth it because they're all just saying, yeah, parabolic. Even on the EMA cross here, 9 and 26. So you can see it's come down and it's using the 9-day as the support. So it can't even get below the 9-day. You can see here all this way up, this parabolic move using the 9-day as support. And it's done it again right at the top when it's just hit an all-time high. So again, you would expect it to break that 9-day if it's been so long. So again, the only thing that's going against it is reversion to mean, which it will do at some point. The question is it now? So let's take that off. So on the weekly, again, using that support, so that's bullish. Bouncing off this trend line, that's bullish. If we look at the directional movement indicator here, so that's showing the buyers, the buying pressure and the selling pressure. The buyers are still way above the sellers. On the rate of change, again above the zero line. If you see it's been above the zero line on this move up here, in general, if it's above the zero line, it's going up. So it's still way above the zero line. I mean, it's come off the boil a little bit. So maybe it does go down like here, gets to the zero line, consolidates, and we'll see if it goes up again. So that's rate of change. And then the two main ones, RSI, you can see here, it's just parabolic. There's no divergence on any of these. They're just up, up, up. Coming off the boil a little bit here, but I mean, the histogram, so this is on the weekly, histogram is coming down. So that maybe if that continues, then maybe we see this roll over here, and then we see a sell signal on the weekly. So that would be slightly bearish. So it's heading in that direction. So we just have to see if that continues up. Markets can stay oversold for long periods of time. So that's the only negative really on the weekly. The histogram coming down there and staying down. So see if that continues. Yes, on the daily then. So there's I mean, with the gold chart being as it is, there's no, usually the green lines here are sort of like the tactical 4, 5 years, 6 years, and red lines are for sort of 6, 7, 8 years or more. There are no red lines on the gold chart because this is an all-time high, and then it's gone parabolic. You know, there are no secular lines really on the gold chart, which shows how strong this move is. So on the daily then, so I usually focus on the investment weekly time frame, and then the daily is only really showing, you know, the short-term trend change, if there is one. We look on the daily. So the only thing to look at here is, so there's that weekly trend line. We've got EMA cross. It's just bounced off there. You can just see that's the EMA. You see the orange 9 line has, instead of crossing over, it's bounced off. So that's usually bullish on that sort of shorter time frame there. We've got a parabolic SAR. It has been on a sell, and now it's just crossed over here. You can just about see the blue lines there. It's crossed over into a buy again. So parabolic SAR saying it's going up. Ichimoku, it's above the cloud. You know, it's looking strong. Green is above the other lines here. Again, it's all looking strong on the daily. So they're the main ones really. And then we finally, for gold, we have got directional movement index here. So on the daily time frame. So again, you see the buyers and sellers are about even here. So we could see that change and the sellers taken over, in which case we would see it go down. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, on the rate of change, kind of neutral really, just going up lately, but neutral really on rate of change. RSI is bouncing off the 50 again. That's bullish. Above the 50 here, you see generally above the 50 on this parabolic move. If it's below the 50, it's generally trending down. And then finally on the MACD, we have got, it looks like it did come down for quite a long way, and it looks like it's going to go back into a sell signal. So again, buyers just coming in here. So again, even though we've hit parabolic all-time highs, the only thing going against gold here is that reversion to mean. Basic technical analysis here on the trend lines on the daily. Let's minimize that. And so, you know, it broke out here, and it's just, that's